one, fight!
What's going on, everybody, in BW Sports One World? This is your boy Dalion, and we are here with another episode of Combat Zone, powered by Elite Performance. That's right, Zach Dirr, 765-499-1005. When the dream of elite fitness becomes a reality, you check him out. I promise you, you will not be disappointed as well. Rogue Energy Drink, that's right. It is the official pre-workout drink of BW Sports One in Elite Performance. Use BW Sports One as the promo code to get 10% off your next purchase at Rogue Energy. Today, we are here with the Loco One himself, Mr. Tony Loco Soto. What is going on, brother? Welcome to Combat Zone.
Good? What is good? What's good? It's good to be here, man.
Oh, well, you know, I'm popping your cherry today, and it sounds like I'm popping your cherry on the whole podcast scene, so I thank you for using our platform as your first go-round.
All right. You know, this is something I ain't going to lie. I've never been a fan of the whole podcast thing, but, you know, it seems to be the new wave, and I got to get on the wave if I want to be part of the movement. So here we are.
That's true. Here you are. So give BW Sports One fans a kind of a introduction and background to Tony Loco Soto. Where has your career started now?
All right. I've probably told this story maybe a trillion times. So basically,
but never here yet.
Yeah, I got you. So basically, started off born and raised in New York City. Came from Brooklyn, New York. I was one of the best skateboarders in New York. Legit, you can look that up too. And you know, I tore my knee, had an ACL surgery, so I really couldn't skate that much. I was walking past the Tiger Showmans in Brooklyn, wound up getting, you know, wheeled in. You know, linked up with like Jimmy Rivera, Lyman Good, Nason Levy, all those guys. They kind of pulled me into the MMA community. Parted ways from there. Then I went to Class 1 MMA, where I first had my first boxing match at Gleason's, and then, you know, I got hooked, did a couple boxing matches, did a bunch of kickboxing. Then I got into the cage. After the cage, I kind of took a little bit of a break to focus on my family, moved to North Carolina, got back in the cage. I've been doing some professional boxing. Now I'm ready to do some BKFC now.
So let me ask you a question. What did you like and dislike about the MMA world compared to obviously where your heart is as far as boxing and stand-up fighting?
All right, real talk. I had over a year and a half of backouts and of cutting weight for people to back out the day of the weigh-ins, a week before the fight. And you can ask even Kenny Letts. He would say, nobody wants to fight you, Tony. And it's a fact. Nobody wanted to fight me at that point, so it was hard for me to transition into MMA pro. So I went, and which is like a loophole, is you can become a professional boxer, which turns you professional, so you can fight in any platform professionally. So that's what I did, and I kind of got hooked with the boxing because I always am a stand-up fighter to begin with. So it was kind of my base already. So, you know, it just went hand in hand.
Well, you know, I'm looking forward to seeing you with the gloves off. You know, I have seen some videos with the gloves on. Now it's going to be a little different. Kind of tell us what that transition has been like for you in your training camp, from having the gloves on to bare knuckle.
Yeah, that's the fucking thing you guys don't realize. You guys are talking about this transition. Bro, I'm from fucking New York City. I've been fighting my whole entire fucking life. Okay, these cuts, I never had one cut from any fight on any sanctioned fight. All these cuts on my face are from the streets. I've been fighting my whole entire life, okay? Whether it's, you know, getting jumped or defending myself, whatever, I've been fighting for such a long time on the streets. That's one of the main reasons why I jumped into martial arts, because you know what? Why not hit somebody, get paid for it, and not get fucking arrested? So There's no real transition in training. I'm just still doing what I'm doing. You know, I've broken my hand so many times on the streets. You see what I'm saying? Like, there's nothing for me to do but just to perform. And that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to go out there and perform. And people say, oh, it's different when you get hit. You know what? It is going to be a little different because the people that I fought on the street, yeah, they probably weren't as trained as these people are. But the contact, it's still the contact. You're going to get hit. You're going to get hurt. It's all about how you react. My mind is so fucking strong. You're going to have to put me out. You have to put me out. I've never been TKO'd. I've never been KO'd. You have to put me out. Because when I get in there with you, I'm going to fucking take you out. And that's my mindset.
As it should be for any fighter. Now, granted, I wasn't necessarily saying that you have, no background in street fighting and bare knuckle fighting at all.
It's kind of like that. It's the same, I think.
No, I get it. There is the same, but you are in a ring. You're not on the street. There's similar but differences. Now, the difference in having a glove on your hand to a glove not being on the hand is obviously more protection for the hand and not necessarily the fighter getting hit, as we've all talked about and discussed previous with numerous people. What are the differences in training overall from boxing to bare knuckle?
See, you can honestly say there's less room for basically blocking. Basically, there's more room for error. So I'm already hard to hit. Okay, I'm not just gonna say that. I've sparred with Elvin Marino. Our styles are so similar that it was just beautiful to spar with him because seeing how I move and how he moves, and it was just like we were two ghosts going at each other. But it's just more room for error. I feel like I'm not going to expose my plans, but I have different techniques that I'm going to implicate when I get in there that have not been used. I've watched every single bare knuckle fight. Okay, I literally sat there and watched every single one. Okay, I've seen certain techniques that are not being used, and I'm going to implicate when I get in there. Yes, it sounds so, yeah, I'm going to do it when I get in there. Talk is cheap. But watch when the fuck I get in there. I'll show you something different.
And I can't wait to see that, brother. I cannot wait to see it. Now, the one main difference that I see as far as boxing with gloves into bare knuckle fighting would not necessarily be the headshots that people take, but those body shots to the ribs and stuff without padding on. That does feel a lot different. If you've never, not you, but if you've never been in a full contact fist fight with somebody and you've never gotten hit in the ribs with bare knuckles, it's definitely going to feel different. Now, I'm not saying that's on your plan of attack or not, but I'm betting at some point, yeah, there's a body shot here and there going on. What's your goal now moving away from boxing? I mean, are you completely done with that side of fighting? Is it an open thought in your book for future? Now, obviously, right now you're training bare knuckle. You're wanting to get the BKFC. You're with Goat Combat Agency. You're getting ready for bare knuckle. What are you thinking? Are you open to doing back to boxing, kickboxing, MMA? Or are you full go 100% bare knuckle now?
See, right now, the way I am, I'm a person of flavor. Okay, the flavor that I chose right now is to do some bare knuckle. If I get tired of the flavor, we go back to boxing. If I don't want that flavor, I want to, get back in the cage. I don't limit myself because if you limit yourself, you stop growing. Mm-hmm. So right now, the focus is bare knuckle. And I want to basically put on a show. I want to show people that I'm going to be the rising star because I'm not coming with no fucking backstory. I got no crazy story. I'm not here to make people feel sad. I'm not trying to draw people in. Listen, I'm going there to put on a show. I'm going to show people what New York City brings to the table when it comes to this street fighting and this bare knuckle. I'm coming in with a different flavor. You guys are going to love it.
Well, every time you talk, you definitely sound like you're a New Yorker. So
New Yorker, get some fucking coffee and bagels.
Well, I'm Sicilian, so half of my family came from that side of the country at some point.
Forget about it.
Forget about it. I got a question. We're going to kind of go back to the last BKFC event. Not necessarily the fights that happened inside the ring, but the altercation that you had outside the ring after the fights. Right after, I think, Lorenzo's fight, roughly, when Robert Washington and Ryan Jones were kind of talking, and then the altercation happened between him and, or I should say, the pussy shot that he took to Brandon. When I say pussy shot, I'm like, man, if you turn around and say something and tell somebody, I wasn't there, so I'm going off what I heard and saw. When you tell somebody, all right, follow me, you turn around and then you turn right back around and cold cock somebody, that's a bitch shot. Now
it's a dirty shot, but at the end of the day, I'm going to tell you right now, you run your fucking mouth, I don't care which side of the fence you're going to get hit. That's real talk. Okay?
True, but be real. You got to act professionally sometimes now.
Oh, yeah, for sure. Now, there's a story people don't know about this. Okay, the first time they were going to pop off, Robert went up the stairs. I followed behind him. I had a talk with Robert. I said, Robert, listen, you got your W. Take that shit, go. People are going to pop their shit. It is what it is. But at the end of the day, I'm rolling with them. But I want to let you know, bro, you got your W. Be professional. Just let it rock. He could fucking vouch for that. That's what I told him. I said, bro, but I'm with them. I'm going to let you know right now. I roll with them. But, you got your W. Be you. Do what you got to do. I'm sitting down. I believe I was talking with Caesar. And we're just sitting down. I didn't even know what was popping off. I just seen him hit him. My reaction was to just eliminate the situation is what I did.
And you did a damn good job at that. Let me just say.
I could have fucking sucker punched him. I didn't. Right. That's not my style. I took him down, boom, done. And I stepped away and I watched my side. So I'm not getting sucker punched. That's just, That's how I move. You learn that shit where I come from. You know what I mean? So, I took the dude down real quick. The situation was eliminated. He had no injuries. Nothing got hurt. Done.
Right. I will have to say that was one of the quickest and best rear naked chokes I've seen from a standing opponent.
Well, it's you go behind and then you step to the side and they basically just lay down like you lay a baby down.
Right. I mean, and obviously, and I'm not saying anything that you were trying to do anything else but to eliminate the situation because it looked exactly like you said. At the end of the video,
you see, I go right up to Brandon. I say, bro, let this shit go. And I'm in his face. I'm like, let this shit go. You see, I that's not my style, bro.
Yep. And that's the part that I'm saying, at your level now, that professionalism has to come in. I get, if somebody's at the bar and wants to pop off at the mouth, that's a little different. But now in the situation that you're in, at the level you guys are at, sometimes you got to sit there and shit happens. Sometimes I get it.
But see, let me tell you something about me. People don't really know, I'm not a violent person. You may think I'm a violent person. I have violent natures within me, but I'm more laid back. Like, you could be popping shit to me. I know what I'm capable of. I have nothing to prove. As long as you don't touch me, we're good people. We're good to go. But I get more offended as if you are picking on somebody else who can't defend themselves. And, that right there makes me a little more, aggressive. But I'm more of a ticking time bomb, if you would say.
Well, I look at you more so like a light switch. You know how to turn it off, and then once it's that time, that light switch pops on, and that's what I taught. That's what I was taught by my dad playing football back in the day and wrestling, and then that's when I was coaching. That's what I would tell people. It's that light switch. Whatever happens outside of this cage, this ring, this field, this court, whatever, that's when the light switch goes off.
That's a
when
fact.
you step in here. That light switch comes on, and I definitely can see that in you. I mean, what you do inside the cage in the ring is one thing compared to how you handle yourself outside.
But that's another thing. I also am a correctional officer on top of that, so I have situation awareness. I'm around. It could be a couple hundred guys on the yard or whatever, and you gotta know where you're at all times, who's around you, where's your back towards, and that's how I move everywhere I go, man. It doesn't matter. But I treat everybody with respect. Yep. Everybody I met at the hotel at the fights, everybody with respect. I even went up to Tom Chauffeur. I don't know what the fuck his name is. I don't care. I shook his hand and I said, I want to fight you. I want to fight you. And I don't give a fuck about his name. I want to fight the guy. All right.
Well, if you want to call him out, you got to call it right?
What's his name? What's the guy's name?
Tom Chauffeur.
It doesn't matter what his fucking name is.
Hey, forget about it. No, I like it. And speaking of being a correctional officer, how has that line of work prepared you for your fights inside the ring in the cage, or was it vice versa? The times that you spent fighting, did that kind of prepare you for that job?
Honestly, I really don't have a problem at work, and it really hasn't prepared me as far as like a mental standpoint. Growing up in a city, you're around large crowds at all times, and at any point, any one of those people could stab you, rob you, whatever. You know what I'm saying? So that more prepared me more than anything, just being around large crowds and big groups. As far as fighting, I really never used many like types of, I don't even know, man. I've never really used uses of force like that inside the prison. I treat everybody like humans.
Right.
Everybody on the street, everybody in the prison, I treat everybody the same, bro. I'm the same person, flat. This is what you get. I don't put on no show for nobody, bosses. Nah, this is me. This is what I am. This is who I am, and I don't change for nobody.
I like it. I like people like that. You know why? Because that's how I am.
Exactly. You don't fucking like it, kick rocks, pal.
Exactly. Now, let's talk about getting signed with GOAT. How did that all come about? Where you and Vincent Scott kind of got together and said, "Hey, here's the deal. Now you're part of the team."
See, my thing is I did a little investigation before I do anything with anybody or any contracts, and I look who they got, what's going on. They actually said I'm one of the first people to actually read the contract. I've had a lot of situations in my fight career where it's like hard for me to get a fight. I've got every one of my fights. I scheduled all my fights, and I was talking with a couple other management companies, and I talked with these guys. I feel like they have some of the best interest for us as fighters, and I kind of like what they're about, and they seem like some pretty cool dudes. And I talked to Scott on the phone, and before I signed in, I wanted to talk to him, see what kind of person he is, and see what they can do for me, because we're not here to get rich, we're here to grow together. And if we get rich on the way there, fuck yeah. And that's what I like about them. And meeting all them in Alabama and sitting down, man, it was like I fucking knew them forever. So it was a good feeling.
Good. It's always good to surround your people with the best people for you. Now, not to call out any other management teams, we're not going to sit there and talk shit about everybody else, but I want to know, what were certain things that you saw around the industry that was like, not necessarily, I don't want to deal with this, again, we don't have to name names, but kind of the circumstances.
Listen, it's just highly aggressive. People who are just trying to come here. Oh, I need this. Oh, come here. Oh, you sound what up? No, I don't want that, bro. What the fuck are you doing? Like, back up. Slow it down.
Right.
You don't even know. Do you even know how many fights I've had? Have you seen any of my fights? No, you're just trying to snatch somebody up before somebody else does. That's not how this shit works. Mm-hmm. I've had. I don't know how motherfuckers got my phone number. I got phone calls. Hey, what's going on? Is this Tony? I was like, yeah, who's this? And I just hung up. But it's kind of wild out there a little bit with this whole, signing people. A lot of people are upside down records are getting signed. A lot of journeymen are getting signed. I know a few journeymen inside BKFC. I'm not naming any people. It's a little crazy. I see a lot of trash out there getting signed, and it is what it is. Power to you. But there's a difference when, you step up at the high level and the big dogs and you go out there and you can't perform, like you thought you could. For instance, there's a guy recently, I think he fought in BKB, that's the one in Florida. And the BYB, whatever. Yeah, he fought on that show. And Roger Hunnell, I'll have to call that name out. Yeah. That
was the one that Brandon did a commentary on the fight.
Yeah. I love Brandon, man. That dude's pretty awesome, man. He's a total different person when you meet him. I did not expect that, but long story short, good dude, by the way. That Roger Hunnell guy, you got a lot of heart, but I'm telling you right now, heart doesn't win fights.
No.
Heart doesn't have technique. Heart will only get you through the ropes, but it'll get you rolled out on a fucking stretcher. That's a fact.
In a heartbeat.
That's a fact.
Did you watch that fight at all?
Yeah.
Or I'm sorry, did you watch that debacle? I'm not even gonna call it a fight.
I watched that playground wrestling match. That's what it fucking reminded me of. Okay.
Yeah. So I mean, any true fighter is not going to jump up like he did, waste all that energy just to make and showboat and get knocked out again.
I don't really think it was a showboat. I think it was more of an adrenaline thing. He didn't realize what was happening, and he got dropped. So he got himself all jacked up. Oh, come on, let's go, dude. No, slow the fuck down. You know, and there's another thing that people don't realize. When you get dropped, you don't just stand the fuck up. You got 10 seconds. Take your time. Buy your time. Because by shooting back up, that blood's going to rush to your head and you're going to be fucking dizzy. Okay? Take your time. You got 10 seconds. All right, cool. Boom. Then go. And then go right back in there. Don't just fucking pop up. You see a lot of people do that. And then what? They're still and get their marbles together. Slow the fuck down.
I got a question. Did you watch the UFC card this past weekend?
I watched most of the highlights, yeah.
Okay, so did you see the but did you see the delayed knockout? God, I can't remember who.
My homie Shane Burgos, yeah, he's a good dude, man.
I mean, have you ever seen a delayed reaction such as that? Okay,
yes.
That was honestly that I've seen smaller delays, but I've never seen a delay take that long. And tell us, being in the world that you have been, you know, kind of elaborate on that situation, being from a boxing standpoint, a fighter standpoint. What's going on right there?
Well, I can even say, like, I had a kickboxing match. Forgot the dude's name. It's on my YouTube. But I hit him with a body shot, and he didn't react, and then he reacted, and then that's when I went in for the kill. A lot of people don't realize a lot of body shots takes a second for the body to react to the brain. So you could be as tough as you can, but when your body shuts down, it just shuts down, and there's there's really nothing you can do about it. Like two good friends of mine, Impa Agasanyan, he fights in the UFC. When he was an amateur, he fought against one of my ex-teammates, Matthew Fleming. Okay, they were in the cage, they were going at it. It was a good fight. Matthew was against the cage. Impa threw a knee. He hit him in the body. He just felt like a sack of potatoes. He couldn't control it. His body just shut down.
Right.
And Impa dropped him and pretty much KO'd him with a body shot. The body is so different, you know, and there's a lot of people get hit in the head, and then sometimes it takes a second because the brain rattles. Okay, you can get hit in the head, and then all of a sudden your brain starts rattling. The body's just it's just crazy, man. It's hard to really explain. But I personally say, if you want to really work on not getting your brain rattled, do a lot of wrestling neck exercises. Is what I do to keep from the head snapping back, and that'll help out a lot. As far as the body, bare knuckle, you're gonna get fucking touched. You're gonna get hurt, bro.
Yep, in a heartbeat.
There's no training for that. There's no training for that. That's real talk. There's no training for body shots and bare knuckle with bare knuckles. No, it's not. Just you have to do traditional ab stuff unless you're getting hit with fucking steel in the ribs, and that's the only thing I can think of. You know, I'm a body guy. I'm the body snatcher. You'll see.
Well, you know, I had that feeling earlier. That's why I mentioned what I mentioned. When you get hit with those knuckles in that body, it's totally different. Now, you mentioned Tom Schoaf. What's that?
That's his name, Tom Schoaf.
Yeah. So you mentioned him. Is that who you're gunning for first fight in BKFC, or is there somebody else in there?
I want to go get my feet wet first. Whoever Nate puts in front of me, I'm gonna go in there and fight. But Tom Schoaf, I definitely want that to be at least my second match in there. I want me and him to go at it. He's a 55er. I'm a 55er. He fought. Forgot the dude's name last fight, which Nathan Mitchell. You know, I met the guy. He was a nice dude. I met him at the hotel. Nice guy. I think Tom hasn't fought anybody with the volume that I have. He's fought a lot of power guys and guys who throw power, not people who throw volume. Tom likes to throw volume. I like to throw volume. I think that would be a very exciting fight. I think we will have one of probably the best fights that BKFC has ever fucking seen. Two 155ers throwing high volume, trying to fucking put on a show, and I think we will put on a show. But at the end of the day, I think I'm going to have him looking like a clown because he's going to be all fucking painted up.
Painted up with your knuckle marks, right?
Look at these fucking things.
I mean, I wouldn't want to get hit with them. You know, I'm about 100 pounds heavier than you, and I still don't want to get hit by them.
Yeah,
Because that don't mean shit.
I like the guy, you know what I'm saying? But at
Right.
the end of the day, this is a business, and I think he's one of those guys that's gonna be in my way, and he needs to get out of the way.
There you
And
go.
I think as far as Good John, I think Good John is over fucking rated. I don't think he's really fought anybody. I think Palomino is gonna destroy him. I think he's gonna go in there. If he does what he did with the felony, he's gonna go night. He's going to sleep.
Well, I'm definitely looking forward to this next card in June coming up in Miami. Now, we obviously are waiting on Nate. What's the talks been, or what's the anticipation debut? Are we talking July? Are we looking at August? At this point, you know, it's getting closer to June. I know Nate, he's talking, call him. He wants you to call him. Oh, he must have got a call. Did you get a call? Is Nate calling you right now?
No, it's off now. You see me?
Yep, you're good.
Yeah. No, I started getting a phone call. Fucking telemarketers.
That's what I thought. Nate was calling. He was watching it because I know he watches the show all the time. You know, Nate was watching, and you got a call right then.
That'd have been nice.
Well,
But,
it's coming. It's coming.
It comes, you know. But the thing, you know, about work, I got a schedule with work. But I like a lot of the correction officers I work with, sergeants, lieutenants, captains. They all support me, so they help me as much as they can when it comes as far as making sure I have the necessary days to go and take off for this. So
Right. Well, all right. There you go. Now, before we get into your platform of sponsors and shout outs and stuff, we got something called Rapid Knockout. 5 questions, has absolutely nothing to do with the fight world. I do this with everybody. Are you ready, sir?
I'm always ready, bro. What is this?
I like it. First question. Favorite food?
Favorite food? New York City pizza, Lenny's. That's on Prospect Avenue and 5th Avenue and the Prospect.
All right. I'm going to have to remember that because I love me some good pizza. Good pizza.
Bring cash. They got an old school register.
I like it. Favorite music, whether that be an individual artist, a group, or a genre. What's on Loco Soto's playlist?
Okay. Real talk. My footwork, I have really similar footwork to kind of like Dominic Cruz type deal. I listen to a lot of freestyle music. Okay. That's kind of been my music lately to go, but I'm gonna stick with that, like freestyle club music.
Okay, all right. Well, I've seen a couple videos of you working out and doing a little footwork with them. All right. Third question: other than fighting, boxing, and other than combat sports, what's your favorite sport, either to participate in or to watch?
Oh, football all the way. What?
Who's your team?
Ravens. Let's go, Lamar Jackson. Let's go.
I'm just glad you're a New Yorker. I'm glad you didn't say the Giants because I'm an Eagles fan, and we would already have a good rival going. Yeah, no, well, you a bird lover too.
I know.
How do you think your Ravens are going to do this year?
We're going to go to playoffs again. I think so. I don't know about winning the fucking Super Bowl, but we'll make it to the playoffs.
Well, that's a hell of a division, and I'm not necessarily talking about the Steelers in it because you got the Browns coming up. You know, Baltimore's always tough. Steelers always are going to be a headache. Anybody in that division, and now the Bengals are getting back Burrows for week 1. He's going to be ready, and they've done some moves to kind of keep him healthy. So we'll see.
I will see, but you know, we got a hell of a team, man. We got a hell of a team. Andrews is a hell of a tight end. I mean, he's almost unstoppable in there. So we got, you know, Marquise Brown. We got some hitters, bro. Hollywood Brown.
Look at it, man. See, we might have to have you on the Duke show with us when we talk about some football.
Oh, trust me, I know my football, bro.
All right. Other than combat sports, what's your favorite hobby to take part in?
Raising my kids. That's the best hobby, I guess, because I wouldn't call it a hobby, but that's what I focus on most. If I ain't in the gym, if I ain't training, I focus on my family. And
you got 2 daughters?
I can't really call it a hobby because I can't fucking build. I can't build a fucking Lego if I tried. Okay.
But you can step on the motherfuckers and they hurt like hell, don't they?
Yeah. But I focus on my family. I really don't have any other hobbies besides working out and training. I come home, I'm with my family, bro. That's it. I have to give them their time.
Now you got 2 daughters or just 1?
2 daughters, 2 little girls. One's 12. One's about to be 8. And then I got 2 other daughters, which are my dogs. And then I got the boss, the boss of all bosses, my wife.
Yeah. Hey, forget about it. We on the same boat, man. Yeah, I don't talk shit about the boss.
Happy wife, happy life.
That's what they say, and it proves its point every time. Now, I will say that I got a almost 21-year-old son, and then my baby is a 12-year-old daughter. She thinks she's going on 20 already. I feel sorry for the sorry fucker that comes to my door to ask her out for the first time. Good God.
You've seen so many right. He's gonna be begging for a fucking left.
Oh yeah. Well, you've seen Bad Boys, right?
Oh yeah.
That's perfect. Perfect scene right there. Yep. I got a feeling that's going to be somewhat like you too. Other than you might take him into the garage and just start hitting the boxing, the punching bag.
My oldest boxes. I've been teaching her how to box since she was 3 years old.
Nice.
So I don't got that girl. She can handle herself. My youngest though, she's a spark plug. I'll leave it at that. She scares me. She tries to tell me what to do already.
Oh, so yeah, she gets her mother's. She's got her mother's attitude, then, doesn't she? What kind of 4-legged daughters do you got?
I got a half beagle, half feist. Her name's little Gracie. She's a nut job. I mean, she tries to kill anything and everything, but then she'll run up to it and then belly up.
So we're going to call her Loco the 4th then, huh?
Pretty much. And then you have Gracie girl. Not Gracie girl, Callie. Callie, she's a blue heeler and Labrador mix.
Okay. All right.
She's gorgeous. Yeah. That's Callie girl.
There you go. I got 2 4-legged. One's a female, one's a male as well.
No, I keep 2 girls. Because I'm the only one in here swinging in the house. That's it.
Well, the male found us when he was like 6 months old. Somebody dropped him and his sister off because they had identical markings. Then my buddy around the corner from our old house actually found her that same day, and he's been with us ever since. He's full-blooded PITT. So I think he was dropped off because they wanted to fight him or become a bait dog, and he just wasn't having it. Literally, my daughter looks out the window one day before school and says, "Dad, there's a dog sitting by Mom's car." And I look at him like, "Where the hell did you come from?" Well, that was 6 years ago, and he's the only slinging dick other than myself in this house now because my son's getting ready to move.
There's enough testosterone in me here anyway. I'm a fucking 860.
I see that.
860. No, I'm just making. I don't know.
All right, last question, rapid knockout. Whether this be personal side or the entertainment world and the sports side, your favorite role model growing up?
My favorite role model growing up would be my grandmother. She set the foundation of my family, and she showed me what it took to survive in this world, and she let me know the real deal. She didn't beat behind the bush. She didn't care to me like a little baby. She raised me like a man. She treated me like a man. I stand here today as a man.
Well, is she still with us here? Sorry to hear that. I'm guaranteeing she's looking. All right, I'm sorry to hear that, and I guarantee she's watching over from up above, waiting for you to get in that ring and yell at you subconsciously, because I guarantee you still hear her like I do mine. Yeah.
It's like you know her then, because I saw she straight up, she cursed and yelled. She was a pirate. I love her. I mean, you knew she was in the room. You knew it.
Oh, yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Oh yeah. Well, like I said, my family being Sicilian, on my mom's side especially, I mean, my grandmother would whoop you and love you at the same time. You know that. Oh yeah.
You got an ass whooping, and then you get then you get fed, and then you say, "I'm sorry, honey, I had to do that though. You fucking piece of shit. I had to give you an ass whooping, but I love you with all my heart."
Yep. And that's exactly what's made us the men we are today, is the way we were brought up like that.
Yep. That's it.
Tony Loco Soto coming to a ring in the BKFC very, very soon. Nate, give this man a call. He's ready. The floor is yours, brother. Who do you got to thank?
All right. First and foremost, I want to thank GOAT Combat Agency for giving me the opportunity to get out there and shine. I can't wait for them to get that contract. BKFC, let's go. I want to give a big shout out to Combat legend. You already know, KO Artist. I'm here to stay, baby. Here to knock people out. You already know what it is. Big shout out to El Senior for giving me that fine gold, baby, making me look fresh. Big shout out to Carrabba's of Huntersville. Big shout out to Intura Health. Big shout out to my gym, Jimos, where the pros go. You already know what it is. And big shout out to Dalion. We here.
Yay! You heard him here, folks. Thanks again for coming on, Tony. We appreciate it. And we will see you next time here on Combat Zone. Check everything out at BWSPORTS1.com for all the happenings. And until next time, I'm a duck and move, man. I'm a little slow right now. A little slow. Had my workout this morning. Hey, appreciate you, Tony. Thanks for coming on. As soon as we get that announcement on that fight, we'll get you back on here, and we can't wait to see you next time. Until then, we're out.
Peace. Call me, Nate.
Call him, Nate.
a lot of people to thank, but I'm going to start with my sponsors. First, I want to give a big shout out to El Senior for, giving me that nice gold jewelry, keeping me flashing. I want to give a big shout out to Combat Legend. You already know, KO Artist, I'm here. You already know. Give another shout out to Carrabba's of Huntersville. I'm going to give another shout out to Enturo Health for giving me my protein and my dietary supplements, keeping me moving. Want to give another shout out to my baby mama, Lorraine. I love you with all my heart. Want to give a big shout out to GOAT Management Agency, and just let all those guys, Vince, Scott, you guys are awesome. Alvin, the whole crew, man, everybody. There's too many freaking names to name, but yeah.
But yeah, there you go. There you have it. Tony Loco Soto, again, he will be in the BKFC ring very soon. We cannot wait to see you, brother.
I want to fucking kill motherfuckers.
That's
bro.
the picture I wanted to use. I did still use it a little bit, just not on the mains part.
That's what she said.
I love it. Tony, I can't wait to get you back on. When we get here the announcement of the fight, I want to bring you back on so we could talk about the actual upcoming fight and then schedule it for the post-fight.
I have to say this also. Damn, I'm probably one of the best looking motherfuckers in there too. I have to say that. I'm sorry. God damn, that's
you're lucky. Yeah, I know you're lucky I'm not in there because man, this is beauty.
Damn, look at yeah, that's I'm beauty, you're booty. No, I'm just kidding.
Wow. No, whoa. Hey, no. You caught me speechless. I'm done.
I got him.
You got me, guys. Folks,
yeah,
thanks
man.
again. Appreciate you coming on with us, brother.
Thank
we
you,
can't
bro.
wait to have you again. As soon as that announcement is made, I'm gonna get you back on if you're willing to come back on. Since I popped your cherry today on podcasts, and especially here on Combat Zone, you can check everything out on BWSPORTS1.com. And until next time, Loco Soto, Dalion, we are out. We will see you later. Nate, call the man.